Hello, and welcome to another episode of Hello Word, the podcast where we explore the richness of the English language, one word at a time. I'm Alex, your host, and I'm thrilled to have you here today. Our word of the day is alternative, an A2 level noun meaning a choice or option that is different from the usual or expected. Let's dive into the meaning of alternative. It's used when we have more than one option, or when we want to describe something as different from the norm. For example, if you're tired of your usual routine, you might look for an alternative to shake things up. Some synonyms for alternative include option, choice, and substitute. For instance, if the restaurant is closed, we need another option for dinner. Or, she considered a healthier substitute for sugar in her coffee. Each of these words offers a slightly different shade of meaning but connects to the idea of having more than one possibility. On the other hand, antonyms for alternative include requirement, necessity, and obligation. For example, attending the meeting is a requirement, so there's no other way. Or, this task is a necessity, and there's no avoiding it. These words emphasize situations where no choice exists. How do we use alternative in everyday life? It's incredibly versatile. Imagine you're planning a trip. You might say, I want to travel to Paris, but as an alternative, I could visit Rome if flights are cheaper. Or, during a discussion, someone could ask, do we have an alternative to this plan? It's a word you'll find helpful in expressing flexibility and exploring possibilities. Let's look at a few more examples of alternative in sentences. The teacher offered an alternative way to solve the math problem. We took an alternative route to avoid the traffic jam. When her first idea didn't work, she quickly came up with an alternative. Before we wrap up, let's review. Today, we learned that alternative means a choice or option that is different from the usual or expected. We explored its synonyms like option and substitute, as well as its antonyms like necessity and requirement. We also looked at examples of how it can be used in everyday situations and sentences. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Hello Word. If you enjoyed learning about alternative, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your support helps others discover the show and grow their English vocabulary. I'd love for you to create your own sentence using alternative and share it in the comments. Until next time, keep exploring words and expanding your world. Goodbye.